I'm going to show you a little thing with the overextension part here that you can do to stop it, okay? So just pop it down and I want you just to swing as you have been. Okay. Right? All I'm going to do essentially is, she's tall here, and this is it, so you just put your hand at that point. So Annabelle's going to hinge down and do everything the same, and she'll meet my hand at the end, and that will be that message point of no longer do I need to keep trying to push my hips back. Just think straight and tall as you can make yourself at the end of this. Hike, tall, righto. Just get that bit more extension because you've got a bit soft in the knees right at the top. Just as straight and tall as you can. Up, 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 better. Taller again.
Okay, tall.
Yep, super tall. Get the legs basically lock right out. Up. There we go. There we go. See, simple cues. We focused on one thing. You don't have to stand there in front anymore. That's all right if you don't want to. That's all I need you to do is make yourself a super tall. Right? You keep bringing the cues to something simple. The one major thing she needed to do was to get tall. So instead of going, you got to do this and this and this and this, it's just go, get tall, find something else to go, okay, then lock the legs out. Do something like, find a simple cue to help people get through with it. Don't overcomplicate it. So, we come along, hike. See us stop at that 45 at the bottom of the swing. So when you've done your 5, you place it down. But then again, always finish off with that hinge. See how I've had to hinge here to put it down? Always finish off. Don't come here and then walk off, because these little repetitive actions are what injure people. So I'm going to teach you how to swing with one hand. Right? Everything is exactly the same, except we only use one hand. I said it before, but this is where it's even more so crucial. Don't death grip the hell out of the bell. Right? Think of it kind of like it's a bird egg. If you squeeze too hard, you're going to have it shatter in your hands. Honestly, when I swing, my fingers only cuff over the handle. I don't even use my thumb. It will not escape your hands unless you go like this. So unless you plan on opening your fingers, which I really don't think you're going to, this is never, ever going to slip out of your hands. Right? So you look, I don't use my thumb. My thumb's not on there at all. Not on. It still holds on. The reason why I most of the time don't what they call the hook grip and I don't use my thumb is so I don't burn my grip out. Because when you grip real tight, can you see the stiffness that comes through? Like I end up shoulder shrugging and everything trying to hold on real tight. Your arm is just along for the ride. Right? It's all your hips. Nothing to do with your hands at all. They're just lightly holding onto that handle. So, what I want you to do, because I'll teach you how to swap hands shortly, grip on the opposite side. So if you've got your right hand on there, you're on the right hand side of the handle. Normally you would grip on the left. But we're going to go with this for now, because I'm going to show you how to swap hands safely in the air without it falling onto the ground. So, everything is the same as your two-handed technique, except your spare hand now is a counterbalance. So we're here, we set up. As I hike, my spare hand comes behind me. When I swing up, my spare hand comes up to meet the bell. So I'm down and up. It's a counterbalance. Never put your hand on your hip. I never understood that, because if I'm pushing on my hip and I'm trying to drive my hips forward, what am I doing? I'm blunting my power. Why would I do that? That makes no sense. So it's always a counterbalance. Here, that arm counterbalances. So we set up, hike, tap the handle, tap the handle, tap, tap. When you're done 5, put it down, left hand, tap, 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 in when you change. So it's here, up, we go tap, tap, and you see I exchange. See where I do the exchange? I'm not up here and then trying to change up in mid-air. I'm subconsciously still using my hands to stop it in mid-air to try and somehow demonstrate it. This is the thing, you see, I actually exchange about here. That's why the spare hand comes up with it. Right, so it's about here, because as it travels up, then you hit that weightless point, you've already exchanged, you come down, spare hand does its thing, it'll come along, change about here, and away you go. So same thing, here, hike, change. So when you get used to changing like that, then you can actually flip it over and start changing as you properly should. See, I'm letting the bell float, my spare hand comes with it. There's no point at all where that's going to drop. If I wait, see the difference then? I nearly lost it. Trying to show an incorrect way of trying to change it at the wrong point of the swing. You're trying to change at the apex. You change before then. So, 2 taps, then a change. 2 taps, then a change.